Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, and even more info and screenshots have leaked regarding the next two kits. And yes, they are leaks. I'm getting really fed up with people trying to pick fights with me about what is a leak and what isn't. If it's not the official announcement, it's a leak whether it's intentionally leaked by EA or not. If you punch a hole in your own boat, the boat is still leaking. You're still gonna sink. It doesn't matter whether it's an accident or not. So without further ado, let's get into what these new kits are about. And once again, these leaks do come from Anadius, and both of these kits are going to be released on May 30th, which is not this Thursday, but the next one. So that Tuesday, just a couple of days before, will probably be when we get the next update, and maybe when we're getting this exciting surprise that they teased in the main menu last week, though that's no guarantee. That could still be an announcement for some other update later, but we'll have to wait and see on that. So, the first kit is officially called Riviera Retreat. It seems they are going in a more Italian-inspired direction with this one. We've got the official description too, so it says, bask in the rustic scenery surrounding your secluded, peaceful pool with the Sims 4 Riviera Retreat kit. It's time to relax in a wicker lounge chair, watching as sunlight shines through the vine-covered pergola and sparkles in your private waterfall. Create the perfect secret spot for your Sim to spend some quality time alone or with someone special. Set your comfortable linen furniture up among rustic decor and earthy features like stone pavers. This space is timeless, blending the fresh and clean with the natural to create a space where troubles melt away. Now for the two screenshots. So this one actually is kind of pretty, and just as I thought, that pergola is really nice. Like, I think that's going to be just one of the fan favorite items, I guess you could say, of this kit. Looking forward to seeing all the other color swatches in full as well, since we've only seen the thumbnails before this. It looks like 2 or maybe 3 out of the 4 rocks we saw in that leaked item list are in fact waterfall rocks, and thank God for that, because 4 rocks taking up all those slots in a kit that's themed around pools would have been so absurd, but not absurd enough to the point where I would think that's impossible for something for EA to do. It would be far from the first bad decision they've ever made. Like, if they were making a dedicated landscaping kit that wouldn't just be rocks, but also trees, flowers, bushes, more terrain paints, then that would make sense. Then I could at least see the vision, even if I don't agree with that and kits in general, but that would have made more sense. But okay, with the pools kit having some waterfall rocks, yeah, that is kinda neat. It would have been cute if Sims could go up to these waterfall rocks and just like wave their hands underneath the streams of water, but then that would make this technically a gameplay kit, even though it's something so minor, but then it's like, oh, it requires new animations. It's not just build by cosmetics anymore, with some maybe new special effects thrown in here and there. I still think Bust the Dust will remain the one and only gameplay kit because of how badly it went over, and now that we have stuff packs back, there's not really any point. Might as well just put that gameplay in a little bit more of a fleshed out pack. I also like the new pool lounger. That might actually be my favorite object in this DLC. We don't have too many of those because we got a couple with Island Living, and we got one with For Rent pretty recently. So if you don't have either of those packs, this kit may have more value to you. So here's the other screenshot. I'm still not 100% certain if that drink tray on the table is functional or not, because even though Nancy Landgrab has a drink pretty close by it, doesn't necessarily mean it's from the tray, so I don't know. Would be nice if it is. And glad to finally have clarity on why the heck there's curtains in this DLC, because it's not strictly the pool, but also the buildings you would have nearby. And in both the last screenshot and this one, they're hung over arches rather than windows. I never really thought of approaching it that way in The Sims, but then again, I don't really think about curtains that often when I'm decorating. Same goes for the torches, it's just meant to be another thing going on the walls near the pool. It's just still so weird to me though that we didn't get any torches in the Castle Estate kit, but we have one here. So overall, I like the kit a bit more now. It's cute, but it's still not $5 cute to me. Now let's move on to the other kit, which is called Cozy Bistro. Well, I guess I wasn't too far off with this one. I think a lot of people were guessing that this would be a kit that would be centered around cafes. The description reads, stop by your favorite hole-in-the-wall bistro and take in the antique ambiance of the Sims 4 Cozy Bistro kit. Craft a space that's all about good nectar and great company. Decorate with all the trappings of a treasured local bistro, including wood-paneled walls, polished metal accents, and vintage furniture that's been beautifully maintained. Serve the finest nectar by night and the richest coffee by day. Fill your bistro with candlelight and classic decor to create the perfect spot for Sims to connect with friends or dates. For the first of the two screenshots, we have the Goths dining in this bistro, and it's just so funny to me that since they have to be restricted with using base game content, it's like, oh, well, yeah, you could make a bar with this bistro look, but then if you want to have it be an actual cafe, you need to buy Get Together, or if you want it to be a restaurant, you have to buy Dine Out. So it just feels to me that this kit doesn't have a whole lot of use unless you have at least one of those two packs. It looks pretty though, and I guess that's what matters most with these kits, not the gameplay functionality, but the look. I like that they snuck the Grim Reaper in here though. Is someone about to die tonight? Yeah, that's probably what's going on. As we move on to this other screenshot, I gotta give the marketing team major props because they managed to get all of these Sims sitting down at the same time. Like, to work around the whole musical chairs thing, that is quite the achievement, let alone having it look as good as this. So, yeah. Wow, that is certainly something, but I do like the new signage, both above and beside the open doors, as well as on the awning. I like the dining chair too. The style of it reminds me a lot of one that we got with The Sims Unleashed, which is actually my favorite Sims expansion pack of all time, so it does have me feeling a bit nostalgic. Overall though, I think this will end up being one of the kits that you could so easily pass on and not feel like you're missing anything, especially if you just have the base game. I don't see myself using this kit often at all. Like, maybe I could try to update the cafe that we have in Windenburg with some of the items, and if there's room in a future world, especially the next expansion pack, and there's a good build on the gallery that uses it, then that could be put to decent use there, I suppose. Speaking of that next flirtatious expansion pack, I would not be shocked in the least if thematically this bistro kit fits very well with that, with the theme looking to be about romance and cafes being a popular dating spot, and the new world probably being French or at least something European. So I think it could end up feeling like something that should have just been included in the expansion pack rather than being sold separately as a kit. But that is basically it for the Riviera Retreat and Cozy Bistro kits. I'll leave links in the video description below to Anadius's tweets. And overall, yeah, once again, I'm not overly excited for either one. I'm looking forward to the Riviera one a bit more, but yeah, it's just kind of whatever, I guess. We can get these out of the way quickly, and then it'll probably won't be long before they start hyping up the romantic expansion pack. Interesting that none of the screenshots of the kit seem to give away whatever the big free content surprise is supposed to be. So I guess it's not going to be pool slides or anything pool related, because they probably would have shown that in the screenshots, and maybe there would have been an alternate design for the pool slide that you would have to buy the kit in order to get that. So, wondering even more what that could end up being. I'm still not expecting much, unless they maybe drop another teaser so it's not just something you see in the main menu once it's closer to the date. But yeah, I don't want to get my hopes up really high and then be disappointed. And that wraps up another Sims Info and Thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts on these two leaked kits in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!